Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Catherine with A Perfect Place to Start, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Boho Planter from the Target Dollar Spot 5 ways. So let's get started. So we're going to be using this planter that they have in the Target Dollar Spot, and to start with, we're going to take some Cashew Waverly chalk paint and we're going to paint the entire planter with the cashew paint. Once I have that painted, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw an upside down rainbow, and there are 3 little holes to hang the planter, and so I'm going in between 2 of those holes. And so I'm just drawing one giant U, and then I'm going to go back in and draw another U that's slightly smaller than that one so I can paint between the lines. And I'm just going to do that until I get to my desired middle part. That's the shape. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can see what I'm doing here on the video. Once I get all the lines drawn on, now I'm ready to just go back in and paint in between the lines. Once you get all the paint on there, you won't be able to see the pencil lines anymore. And I'm just using these brown and yellow colors of acrylic paint that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and then the blue paint is actually chalk paint from Folk Art in the color Nautical. Once I have that design all painted on there, then I'm taking the twine that came with the planter. I'm just tying some knots to secure it in place, and then I'm adding 3 beads to each one of the twine pieces that also came with the planter. And once I have those all together and tied up at the top in a knot, then this project is complete.
The clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this.
If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine with A Perfect Place to Start. I love to do seasonal decor, Dollar Tree DIYs, home decor, and thrift to treasure. So if that's something you're into, I would love it if you went down, hit the subscribe button, and became a part of my YouTube family. For this project, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw a giant triangle. Once I have the triangle shape that I like, then I just go around and I draw 2 more triangles to give a total of 3 triangles on this planter. Now that I have it all drawn on there, I'm going to go back in with my orange acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to fill in all the spaces that are not the triangle. That includes the bottom of the pot as well. Once the orange paint is all filled in there, then I go back with my Cashew Waverly chalk paint and I fill in the triangles. As you can see, we can still see the pencil lines, but that's okay because we're going to cover them up with these flat wood beads that I picked up from Amazon. I'll link in the description box all the supplies that I used today to make these planters. So I'm just going to take these wood flat beads and I'm going to glue them all around the triangle shapes that I drew with my pencil. And I'm going to do that around the entire pot. Once I have all of those beads glued on there, I'm going to take the twine that came with the planter and I'm just going to string it back through there with the knots on the outside, and then I'm going to string it up together, tie it in a knot at the top, and then this project is complete.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars.
For this project, I'm taking some caulking that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put it all around the planter, and then I'm going to smear it around to make a textured design. So I would suggest that if you decide to recreate this, you wear some gloves. I was originally planning on wearing gloves and then just got ahead of myself and started doing the project without getting my gloves out. So make sure you wear some gloves. I was able to wash it off pretty easily, but it is pretty messy using your hand. So I do go around the entire pot with the caulking, and then I use a pencil to go through the holes so that this pot can be hung up. Then I take the mustard colored acrylic paint that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I go ahead and paint the entire pot. This did take a little while to dry, so if you are planning on recreating this, I would suggest letting it dry overnight. Then I'm going to take those flat beads again, and I'm just going to glue them around the top, skipping over the holes that are there to hang it up, and then I decided to go down the sides a little bit just to give it an extra dimension for a pattern. And then I'm going to use the twine again, and I'm putting about 6 beads onto the twine. I had some leftover beads from some of these other planters that I didn't use the hanging part. So once I have those beads strung on the twine, I go ahead and tie my knots again. I do that for each of the holes, tie it in the top, and then this project is complete.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
So for this project, I am taking some nautical rope that I had left over from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to wrap it around this entire pot. It takes about one full package since I separated it into the 3 strands. Once I have that all covered, I'm going to take some masking tape and I'm going to put a pattern onto the pot with my masking tape. I am kind of going with that like triangle geometric shape, even though it doesn't end up like being total symmetrical as it goes around the pot. When I think of boho, I see a lot of triangles and just kind of shapes in the aesthetic, and so that's where I decided to go with that. Once I get the masking tape on there, then I'm going to go around with some paint. So I'm using the mustard, orange, brown, and blue again on this planter. Once I have that all painted in there, I let it dry and then I remove the masking tape. Once I've removed the masking tape, then this project is complete.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
For this project, I'm using some leftover jute rope that I had, and I'm just going to go about 1/4 of the way up on the planter. I really just was going until I ran out of rope. You could do the entire planter with this if you wanted to, or at least go up halfway. I just decided to only use what I had available here. Once I have the jute rope on there, then I'm going to take my Cashew Waverly chalk paint and I'm going to paint the rest of the white part of the planter. Once I get that all on there, originally I planned to use a stencil with the dark brown paint and stencil around the top about 1/4 of the planter, but I didn't like the way that the stencil looked, so instead I just painted down about 1/4 of the pot with the dark brown paint. Once I have the dark brown paint painted on there, then I go ahead and take the jute pieces that came with the planter to hang it up, and I just took 3 out of the 9 beads and I put them onto this one piece of jute. Then I'm going to take one end and string it through one of the holes and the other end of this jute piece through another hole. And then I'm going to tie off knots on the inside of the planter so that on the outside I have this cute little jute hanging thing that I'm going to do around the entire pot. So I followed this step 2 more times, going through the next 2 holes. They end up overlapping each other. because there's only 3 holes in the planter, but I go around the entire rim so that there are 3 hanging pieces. Once I have that part completed, then I take one more piece of jute rope or jute twine, and I'm going to glue it around the middle where the 2 colors meet. And once that is completed, then this project is complete.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car.
Thank you guys for joining me today. I had so much fun challenging myself to come up with these 5 different styled boho planters for you. Let me know in the comments below which one of these planters was your favorite today. Mine was definitely number 1, but I have a soft spot for that pattern. As always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles